What's going on? We are back here. We have last time we worked with Git Revert, so we're gonna go over that. We're gonna skim over that and then hop into Git Reset. Um, let's get into it. All right, so Git Revert um, is a command uh, we use when we want to take a previous commit and add it as a new commit. So we're not um, So we're it's a little bit of an abstract concept. So with git revert, we're creating a new commit that doesn't have the commit that we're targeting as the commit. So we're kind of like backtracking, um, but we're not changing the work history of the entire Git repository. Um, so we add it as a new commit, keeping the log intact. Find the previous commit, use it to make a new commit. And let's make a new commit where we have accidentally deleted a file. So we commit. Now we have a part in our commit history. We want to go back on. Let's try and do the revert. Git revert, find commit, and log. First thing, we need to find the point that we want to return to. To do that, we need to go through the log. Okay. To avoid the very long log list, we're going to use the one-line option, which gives just one line per commit shown. The first 7 characters of the commit hash, and then it shows the commit message. So let's do that. Git log one line. We see all of our commits. We want to revert to the previous commit. Just regular update, definite actions here, and we see that it's the latest commit. Git revert head, and then ultimately head refers to the latest commit, and we can go back down the log of commits with a tilde, I think it's called tilde, and then we backspace. We just specify the number of spaces we want, like 1, 2, 3. If we want to go to the 4th space, then we'll do 3, because ultimately head serves as 1 and tilde 1 is 2, kind of like index of an array. Alright, so we revert the latest commit using git revert head, adding the option no edit to skip the commit message editor. Git revert head no edit. And let's check the log again, and we'll see that our commit message is here. To revert earlier commits, just like I said, we'll do git revert head tilde, and then our integer, which is x in this case. On the next page, we'll go over git reset, which is the main focus of this video, which brings a repository back to an earlier state in the commits without making a new commit. Okay, this is going to be interesting. I'm ready for it. All right, let's go back over these, make sure we already got them right a couple days ago, but let's make sure we've got the concept. Reverse the latest commit, revert, we'll go ahead. Skipping the commit message editor, but git revert head dash dash no edit, I believe. And then revert the two last commits. Oh wow, okay. So we go head, and then the tilde that reverts. So it doesn't go to a particular commit. It reverts the first and the second last 2 commits. Okay. All right. Now git reset. What's going on? Okay. So git reset. All right, git reset here. Reset is the command we use when we want to move the repository back to a previous commit. So that's what I was thinking with git revert. So Git revert actually goes back down. We specify um, the number of commits that we ultimately want to create a new commit out of. Reset, I guess, is more along the lines of what I was thinking originally. It's the command we use when we want to move the repository back to a previous commit, discarding any changes made after that commit. That could be tricky. I bet it tells us that we should really know and understand what we're doing in order to implement this change. All right, find the previous commit. So we have our boom, commit 1, commit 2, commit 3, and then here is our latest commit, and we go back to commit 2, move the repository back to that step. After the previous chapter, we have a part in our commit history we could go back to. Let's try and do that with reset. Git reset, find, commit, and log. First thing, we need to find the point that we want to return to. To do that, we need to go through the log. To avoid a very long log list, we're going to use the one-line option, which gives just one line per commit showing the first 7 characters, just like in Git revert, and the first 7 characters of the commit hash. This is what we need to refer to our reset command, and then the commit message. So let's find the point where we want to reset to. Okay, let's go back. Let's hop into Git bash on Windows, and we are going to, okay, we are in K9. So we're going to navigate to our documents folder. Documents, ls, projects, cd, projects, ls, and then we had, I believe it was git practice, cd, git practice, ls, we have our index.html file. It should have, if we're working with this, the correct project, it should have 3 lines in our index.html file, and it does not. It only has 2. Did we save that last time? What if we went to GitHub? Would it have 3? So what's the git flow testing? Let's see here. And that only has 2. Okay, we'll just work with 2 for now. Guess I must not have saved it or something, or I don't know what I'm thinking. Alright. So let's actually go through the log, and we should see one line. We should see our commit message that matches. Just a regular update, no accidents here. Let's check it out. We do. Alright. First file, update index. So updating changes from remote repo. So we do revert, just regular update, definitely no actions here. Okay, and that was our git revert. Alright, so we have that and that. And then, so now we can see our different hashes. We want to return the commit 9A9 ADD8, 9A9 ADD8. The last one before we started to mess with things. Okay. Git reset. We reset our repository back to the commit. So I'm thinking a reset is good when like, so I've encountered this a lot, and throughout my journey as a software engineer, especially in the earlier parts where you would start on a project and you knew of Git, you knew what its capabilities were, um, but when you messed up, when I messed up, and I didn't commit anything, and then I couldn't understand what was happening, why my application suddenly wasn't working. I feel like Git reset um, could really have come in handy there, and Git revert. Let's see if ChatGPT is working now, or if they're still down. Hello. No, ChatGPT is still down. Okay, back here. Okay. All right, we reset our repository back to the specific commit using git reset commit hash. Let's go back. So we have our okay. Git reset the commit hash. Added dot git ignore. I didn't add dot git ignore. We reset our repository back to the specific commit. Git reset commit hash being the first set of characters. Okay. Now let's check the log again. So now we'll see that everything above is completely gone. Messing with the commit history of a repository can be dangerous. I knew this is coming. It's usually okay to make these kind of changes to your own local repo. However, you should avoid making changes that rewrite history to remote repositories, especially if others are working with them. So if we're working on our own project, and there are no other collaborators or developers that are working with us, Git reset's fine. But if we're collaborating, especially with others on GitHub, then messing, like I said, with the commit history and using git reset is extremely dangerous. Git undo reset. So even though the commits are no longer showing up in the log, it's not completely removed from Git. If you know the commit hash, you can reset it. You can reset to it. All right. So we're going to so we didn't see a git ignore. I think I used that in a different project. So let's just go, let's revert back to adding change in index.html. It's just a mess around. Git reset. Control insert. Control insert. Shift insert. No. What is it? Control. Is it shift insert? Control insert. Shift insert. Beautiful. All right. We're gonna get reset. Unstaged changes after reset. shift insert. What about control insert? Okay. Git undo reset. The commits are no longer reset. And now we see E56 PA1F. Okay. All right, so let's do these exercises since for some reason my Git bash is being weird and ChatGPT won't load. All right. Reset the commit with the hash. ABC 1 2 3 4. Perfect. And then last but not least, we are going to go git command, or excuse me, git amend. All right, we are going to, so we've completed most of our Git exercises, and we'll have our Git quiz at the end, but we are not going to buy the certificate because although W3 Schools does provide a great tutorial, their certificates are meaningless. All right, no offense, W3 Schools, you're doing a great job. All right, git commit dash dash amend. Commit dash dash amend is used to modify the most recent commit. It combines changes in the staging environment with the latest commit and creates a new commit. This new commit replaces the latest commit entirely. Git amend commit message. One of the simplest things you can do with dash dash amend is to change a commit message. Let's update the readme that MD commit. Okay, so let's look at our status. It appears that we probably have something that's being untracked. So modified index.html file. So let's just go ahead and add that. And then we'll go ahead and commit that. Commit dash committing changes made to index.html. Alright, so we did that. Let's go git diff, just because it popped in my head and I want to try it. So git diff, if git diff doesn't show anything, that probably means there's no difference between the remote and the origin, or the local and the origin. Origin is the remote. Git diff didn't return anything. that means that your working directory is clean and there are no differences from the latest update. Perfect. Now let's go git status. Our working tree should be clean. Your branch, and origin main have diverged. You have 1 and 2 different commits, each respectively. Use git pull if you want to integrate the remote branch with yours. Alright, so let's go git pull. And then we'll go git push. Waiting for your editor to close the file. Work strategy. Then we'll go git push. And then we'll go get status. And everything should be golden. We're Gucci. Alright. Now we'll look at our git log. -- one line. Git log. -- one line. And we'll see this is our latest. So we'll go back up to get them in. Let's update the readme.md and commit. Okay. So do we have a readme.md file in this folder? In this repository? I don't think we do. Let's go ls. No, we don't. So let's create one. We're going to touch. And we're going to go readme.md. Okay, ls. Let's go code readme.md. What's popping? We'll go what is the alright, this is just a readme. We'll go what's popping? Brand new whip. Just hopped in. I've got options. Alright. Now that we have our readme, we'll go back. Okay, so readme and commit. So let's go ahead and commit the readme. Alright, git commit -m, adding jack Harlow bars to readme.md file. I'm going to stage first. Git add all git control insert. What about shift insert? That's nice. Shift insert. I don't know if that's in PowerShell or not. Alright, so we did that. We have committed our lines to our readme file. Let's check the log. We should see our, get me out of here, Control Q. Control C. Is it just Q? It's just Q. Git log -- one line. Now we see adding Jack Harlow bars to readme.md file. Perfect. Oh no, the commit message is full of spelling errors. This is embarrassing. Let's amend that. So we'll go git -- amend message. So what we really meant to say, git is it -- amend? Did I see that correctly? git commit dash dash amend dash m jack adding absolutely fire jack Harlow bars to readme.md file. Okay. Now we can recheck our log and we should see our updated commit. Git log dash dash one line. Now we got adding absolute fire Jack Harlow bars to the readme.md file. It's great. Perfect. We see the previous commit is replaced with our amended one. Warning, messing with the commit history. This is the same message we got with git reset. This can be dangerous. It is usually okay to make these kind of changes to your own local repo. However, you should avoid making changes that rewrite history to remote repos, especially if you're working with a team. Alright, adding files with dash dash amend works the same way as above. Just add them to the staging environment before committing. Alright, let's do this exercise. Then we're going to hop in to our Git quiz. And that's going to be the end of the W3 Schools Git tutorial. Let's get it. Let's run it. Alright, star, look at that. We did it. Next is creating a fully fledged project with different scenarios. I don't know how we're going to do that yet, but it's going to be awesome. Alright. To amend the previous commit, so let's start the exercise. Git commit dash dash amend dash m, and we're going to go updated index. Perfect. What's wrong? Our I. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the W3 Schools Git tutorial. Let's go next. We've done all of our exercises along the way. And last but not least, let's take our Git quiz. Alright. This test is not official, they say. I beg to differ. It's just a nice way to see how much you know or don't know about Git. Alright, the pressure's on. Let's go. What is Git? A version control system. Git is the same as GitHub. That's false. What is the command to get the installed version of Git? Ooh. Git dash dash version. Which option should you use to set the default username for every repository on your computer? Global. Is it global or is it all? I'm going to go global. I'm going to go global. What is the command to set the user email in the current repository? We're at git config user.email. Git config is it git config email? Or is it git config user.email? I know it's not git email.user. Git config, I feel like it's user.email. going with git config user.email. What is the command to add all files and changes of the current folder to the staging environment? So we got git add -- all. What is the command to get the current status? We got git status. What's the command to initialize? Git init. Git automatically adds new files to the repository and starts tracking them. This is not true because Git is declarative. We have to declare explicitly what we want it to do. Git commit history is automatically deleted. Git commit history is automatically deleted every month? No. Every 2 weeks? No. I feel like it's never automatically deleted because, again, we have to explicitly say what we want to do. What is the command? And that just in a production environment, those latter 3 options are just not. Every 2 weeks, every month, every year, that will cause a lot of headaches. What is the command to commit the stage changes for the Git repository? We'll go git commit. What's the command to commit with the message new email? So we got git commit -m new email. What's the command to view the history of commits for the repository? We're going to go log here. We'll probably do --1 line, gives a better view. What is the command to see the available options for the git command, for the commit command? It's git commit -help. In Git, a branch is a small wooden stick you can use to type commands. Nothing. It is a nonsense word. A separate version of the main repository. A secret part of git config. Oof. I'm torn between a separate version of the main repository and a small wooden stick you can use to type commands. And let's go with the small wooden stick on this one. Alright. What is the command to create a new branch named new email? So we got git branch new email. Is it git add branch or is it git branch? It's just git branch. What's the command to move the branch named new email to move to? So we got git checkout new email. Is it git checkout branch new email or is it git checkout new email? It's git checkout new email. What is the option when moving to a branch to create the branch if it doesn't exist? -B. What is the command to merge the current branch with the branch new email? So the current branch that we're on, so we want to do git merge new email. What is the command to delete the branch new email? So we'll go git gone, git delete, git branch -D. Oof, is it git branch -D new email? I think it is. Git branch -D. I don't think it's. Is it git delete new email? We're going with git branch -D. What's the command to add the remote repository as origin? So we got git remote add origin. Bang. What is the command to push the current repository to the remote origin? So once we've set the upstream, then we can just do git push origin. Yep. Is it git push origin or is it git remote push? I say git push origin. What is the command to get all the change history of the remote repository origin? Git fetch origin. Git status doesn't make sense. Git origin help doesn't make sense. Git log origin doesn't make sense, and for that reason, I'm out. Git fetch origin is what we're going with. What is the command to show the differences between the current branch and the branch new email? Git diff new email. Git pull is a combination of fetch and merge. 96. Okay, which one did we get wrong here? Okay, all these right. Oh my gosh. We got that one wrong. It's not a small wooden stick you can use to type commands. Yeah. Okay. That does it for the W3 schools. That does it for the w3schools.com Git tutorial. We're actually, because I feel that understanding not only the basics, but having a more in-depth understanding of everything that's going on with Git and GitHub is super important, especially as you start to work with larger and larger organizations where there are many, many projects, many different technologies being used. Git is very powerful, and understanding and knowing the basics is a must. But if you can work past that and start to really understand Git in depth, then you can do some pretty cool things. And it would be good to know that it exists. And for that reason, this month was great looking at Git and GitHub. I pretty much already knew all the basics, but just wanted to make sure. And you know what? I learned some stuff too. Really did learn some stuff. I was able to hone in on all the basics, and now I have a better idea of how to use Git and GitHub, what's working where, how it's working, and then ultimately here in a couple days, my Git and GitHub article will come out where I talk about some of my experiences with Git and GitHub, projects that I've worked on that had to be thrown away and completely restarted because I wasn't using Git and GitHub. I'm going to talk about that, and talk about my whole journey surrounding Git and GitHub and why I think it's super important. And there's going to be some pretty cool information in that article. It's not going to be a course where I'm explaining what Git clone and Git fetch and setting your upstream is or anything like that. It's mainly going to be just kind of a high level overview, just sharing my stories and explaining why ultimately I think understanding Git and GitHub is so important. But we are not stopping here. I've got some pretty cool project ideas for the future that I want to work on. But before we even step foot into those projects, I am making sure I know Git and GitHub like the back of my hand. So we're going to spend another month on Git and GitHub. We're going to dive into some details and just continually put my face in front of it before I hop into these big projects that I have have my mind set on, because it's super important. And I've done projects in the past where I ran into a bug, like I said, and had to throw the whole project away because I didn't commit anything. I couldn't go back to a commit or a previous version. So, um, with that being said, I am out of here. If you're watching this, thanks for watching. I hope you were able to learn something. Um, and my hope is that um, you'll take a similar learning path and um, understanding to ultimately to why Git and GitHub are so valuable. Um, but we're gonna hop into a book, and I'm gonna see if I can make a new YouTube playlist from that book, um, and just continue to learn more. And at the end, I ultimately want to create like a mini project with just maybe just create a simple website, um, and have like and create um, 5 or so developers, have a team lead, and people that different junior developers are reporting to and pushing, and that gives you a chance to see, or me a chance to kind of see the different perspectives of where everything's moving within Git and GitHub. So I'll stop talking. Um, that concludes the W3 Schools tutorial. Learned a ton. Learned some stuff that I didn't know was going on. Got to do some research. And article on LinkedIn is coming out. It's going to be good. Check it out. That being said, I'm out of here. See y'all.